Hey everyone, coinmetallurgist here. Hope you're all doing well. Got a video that I'm going to make for you today about a new product I'm going to try out. Maybe some of you have seen this product used, or maybe you've used it yourself. Generally speaking, I'm opposed to trying to clean coins and even trying to conserve or correctly clean coins. I don't feel like I have enough training or knowledge to be able to do it. And so I'm kind of just experimenting a little today to kind of learn, and I'm going to record it so that you can kind of learn with me. So this product is called e-Z-est coin cleaner. It says it's for copper, gold, or silver coins. I'm certainly not going to try it on any gold coins. And generally speaking, copper coins, I don't care enough to try it on, so I'm going to be trying it on silver coins today. The directions on the bottle say to wash the coin with soap, like a mild soap and water, and then to dip the coin in the cleaner, and then to rinse it off with tap water. So I don't feel comfortable like rubbing coins with soap and water, so I'm not going to do that. And then the other thing that I'm going to deviate on is that I don't want to run my tap water over the coins, because there's a chance that my tap water could be hard and leave like hard watermarks on the coins. I'm not sure that you're all aware of this, but coin metallurgist. I did go to school and got a bachelor's degree in metallurgical engineering, and as part of that, I did do some laboratories where we would polish metals and etch the metal so that we could see the microstructure on it. And quite often with that, you get a very polished surface, similar to what you have on proof coins, probably even smoother than what you see on most proof coins. And you have very tiny pitting that you have to worry about. So you're using very fine grit sandpaper and polishing paper. And afterwards, you rinse them. And quite often what we'll do is we'll rinse them in water, and then usually what we would use is like acetone or another alcohol to wash the water off, and then air to get the alcohol off, because alcohol dries a lot faster than water. And so in this case, what we're going to use is we're going to be dipping in the solution. We're going to use just distilled water, so a purified water rather than tap water. And then I'm going to use a microfiber cloth to pat the coins dry. So we're going to try this out. The first 4 coins I'm going to try this on are coins that are not in my collection. They're just extra silver coins, and they're not necessarily coins I would generally try this on otherwise, but they're just kind of to get an idea of how this is going to go. And these tongs don't go much wider than this, so only on this really small coin I'll be able to grab it from the edges. Otherwise, I think I'm going to be grabbing them from on the coin themselves, on the surfaces of the coin. Just to give you a quick look at this solution, it is blue in color. It has a scent to it, similar to like a mint, like a clean mint or a spearmint. I'm going to be trying like 5 seconds in the solution, and I'm going to show you kind of the coins before and after. And after we go with these experiment ones, I have a line of coins kind of from where I'm most comfortable doing it to least comfortable doing it. We'll probably get somewhere in the middle of doing those. So this is a 50-cent coin from 1916 from France. It's got all right detail, but it's really dark in color. So we're going to see how this does lightening this up. Before I get started here, I'm going to grab my distilled water with my other hand. And that's what I have my bucket here for, is just to be kind of a rinse bucket. I'm going to go for 5 seconds dipped in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it out. I'm going to rinse it off. All right, and then I'll pat it dry here, and we will check it out. So still pretty dark. Lightened up the backside some, and you can see some like luster on it. Generally, what I've seen is people say that you should probably be doing this with like already mint state uncirculated coins and just removing kind of marks from them rather than trying to put circulated coins in this. We could dip this coin some more, and we could try washing it with the soap and water and then dipping it. But for now, I'm just going to set it aside, and we're going to move on to the next one. This is from Coraco, 1/4 golden, 1944. And this is kind of like a yellow color to it. And then again, we're going to be just going to try to get it right on the edge of the coin, so touching it with as little surface as possible, and we're going to dip it for 5 seconds. The solution, or on the label of the bottle, it says to do it for 5 seconds at a time and to never exceed leaving it in there for more than 15 seconds at a time. So I guess that means we could probably do it for more than 5 as long as we're doing it for less than 15 at a time. Okay, I'll put this coin down and dry it off. Right here. So it did remove some of that kind of yellow color, but not a whole lot. Not seeing a lot of difference on these circulated coins. Next, we have a Mexican 25 cent from 1952. It's like a 30% silver. So this coin, I would say, is like in an AU condition almost. And it's just not the cleanest. So really, like, this coin doesn't just have issues with brightness, it has kind of issues with cleanliness. And I apologize, this video is probably going to end up quite a bit longer than it should just because of my rambling. I left that in there a little bit longer than the other ones. Let's give it a good rinse with our distilled water. My preference between distilled water and deionized water has always been deionized, but I don't use enough of it to really justify buying deionized or to have a system to make it or so. So I just go with the distilled water that's super cheap. I get it, for like 80 cents a gallon. So this looks absolutely incredible. This almost looks uncirculated now. So this is kind of the results that we're looking for. That looks absolutely beautiful. In fact, I'll have to compare this to the one that's in my collection, and I might replace the one that's in my collection. But, I mean, that was just a few seconds in there and looks great. The next one we're going to move on to, maybe not a coin that you all would probably suggest me to put in there. This is a Canada dollar commemorative. It is, I believe, a proof. It's kind of hard to tell at this point, but it has quite a bit of spotting on the coloring. The reason why I'm doing this one is I have a nicer one in my collection, and so this is just kind of a good representation of a proof coin, because I have quite a few proof coins in my collection that I'm considering doing something similar like this to the coin, so I want to have a good example. I hope I have a good enough grip on that to hold on to it. Okay, let's pull that out. Okay, it looks amazing, guys. Let me get this dried off and I will give you a look. So I bought a cloth at the same time when I was buying coin supplies with this, and it was supposed to be lint free, and it just really wasn't. Wow, that looks almost just like brand new again. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm really happy with the results on that coin. Now, the coins that we're moving on to now are actually coins in my collection. They're coins I care about mostly. The first one here, the reason why I'm doing this one, this is a Bahamas 50 cent from 1970. I actually have a 1970 proof set from Bahamas in the mail coming. And so this coin doesn't look great, and I'm going to be replacing it here. So I thought I'd just try this one out here and see how it fares. So again, we'll do 5 seconds. I mean, and I'm not being exact with my 5 seconds here at all. I'm just kind of doing a rough estimate. Water's cheap, so I want to use a lot of water, make sure I get all of the solution off. I'm concerned, if I leave any solution on the coin, that it might create like a layer on it or might eat away at the metal. I have no idea for sure what they put in this solution, and that looks a lot better. I'm really happy with that one too. Set that there. Actually, I'm gonna start setting them back here if you guys don't mind. Okay, this next one is one with milk spotting. So this is a Austrian Philharmonic, and it has a lot, and it's got a lot of this white marking on it. So I'm going to try to grab it somewhere that looks pretty good already. And these tongs are working pretty good for me. I paid like $2 for these. And they kind of lock in. So I'm a little bit of less worried about it dropping the coin. This is such a thick coin, it's a little bit tricky here, but hopefully it won't drop it. I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to work for milk spotting, but we're going to find out. Okay. I can tell you already that I still see the milk spotting on there. That did not work for this coin. I don't know if I were to leave it in there longer. If anyone's used this product on milk spotting before and had success, let me know. I'd be interested. I'm trying to decide if I think it's slightly better than it was or if it's exactly the same. You can see this milk spotting, to an extent, has some like fingerprints in it. So it's not entirely, maybe not entirely the mint's fault there. This is a coin that the only reason I'm really doing this one, I don't really mind this side, but this side looks like it had tape on it. It's just kind of ugly, and honestly I don't think this solution is going to do a whole lot for this coin, but I just kind of wanted to try it on this one. Just, I tried to pick some kind of different examples of different problems coins have so I can see how it does on different things. And then, even in the future, I might potentially reference this video to decide if I want to do a coin in the solution or not. Okay, let's rinse it off. Oh, wow. I think this coin's going to look a lot better after this. All the moisture off. See, and I don't have, I guess I have an air compressor at my house, but I don't have like you would have in a lab where it's kind of just all in. This coin looks a lot better in my opinion. I generally speaking, prefer kind of the blast white uncirculated coin to a toned circulated coin. A toned uncirculated coin. This is an Egyptian coin, and I don't know if you can see this really well, but there's like around the details, there's a lot of kind of where it's lost its luster. And the back side, actually, I don't mind the toning on this side, but it's this side that I don't like a whole lot. So I'm going to see what dipping this coin in this solution will do to it. And of course, none of these coins are really high value coins. If they were, I wouldn't be doing this. These are coins that are, worth what their silver's worth, or maybe slightly more depending on the coin. For example, this Egyptian one, I believe I paid $25 for it. And so if I were to entirely ruin one of these coins by doing this, it would not be the end of the world. I would not suggest, if you have like a Carson City Morgan dollar or some very rare, uncommon, expensive, valuable world coin or US coin, trying to clean it by any means. I wouldn't, and I wouldn't suggest you do. Oh, that looks incredible. That looks absolutely incredible. The solution on the container, it does say to not do this with antiqued coins. Okay, now I have a Bahamas $2 proof from 1974. It has, this looks pretty bad on video. It's not terrible. It's kind of like a purple toning almost, but I don't care for it. And this is one of the Franklin Mint proofs that a lot of countries have. And so very much not a valuable coin over what its silver's worth. So give this one a wash here and see how it turns out. It's almost there, but it looks like it might still have a little bit of it. This might be the first one that I dip a second time. Let's see here how this turns out. And I think after this one I might do 2 more, because I think how far I want to get. And then we'll call it good. So that actually looks pretty good, but I can still tell like where the purple was. Up here, it doesn't look quite as good as everywhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and dip this one a second time for another 5 seconds and see what results we get. So this will be our first kind of experiment with dipping a coin twice. We'll go a little bit longer here, but not too long. I'm a little bit scared. I feel like I'm losing this off the tweezers, so I want to be quick here, but at the same time, careful. And at the end of the video here, after I do, I think 2 more coins I want to do, I want to go back and look at some of these ones we did at first and see how they fared. See if any spotting came back or what we can see. Okay, I actually think that my opinion is I liked the way it looked after the first dipping better than how it looks after the second dipping. So I will probably try to avoid dipping coins a second time. That's my personal opinion. This coin looks pretty good already. It just has some kind of inconsistencies in the luster. And so I want to see if it will if I can get it just brightened up all around. This is the limit. I don't think anything better than this coin I would try anything on. This coin's kind of a lower mintage. Some of these Israeli proof coins don't have a lot of mintage, high mintages, and but they are all pretty well preserved, so still not valuable really. All right, let's see how that turned out. I think the one that I was most impressed with so far was that Egyptian coin. I was really impressed with how that turned out, and I guess actually the Mexican coin in the beginning I was pretty happy with. So this is one where maybe it would have been beneficial to have like washed where it kind of looked a little dirtier before dipping it. But I don't think that did any benefit to this coin, dipping it. I don't think it looks significantly better than it did when we started. So I probably, if I have a similar coin to that, I probably won't do it. And actually, for example, this French coin, It has kind of some fingerprints on it, but it's not in bad shape. And I guess I'll do it, but in reality, I think this is probably another case where it's probably, whoops. Ooh, first time I lost one with the tongs here. Let me make sure I get a good grip on it. Okay. This is okay. A little bit longer than 5 seconds there on that one. Let's get it a good rinse. Looking pretty good. Looking very good. Ooh, I think I'm happy with this one. Okay, pick this up and show you. That has returned it to almost like a blast white proof. Like, that's actually better than I expected on that one. Wow. So, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what you have going on. It seems like if you just have a coin that's toned, it does absolutely excellent. If you have a coin that's dirty, it doesn't seem to do the best. And so I guess that's kind of what I'm going to take out of doing this experiment is on a proof coin or an uncirculated coin that's toned and I don't like the way it's toned, like on this Canadian coin, it does pretty well to remove it. Now you can see there were some spots on this one, some kind of darker spots, and it did not remove those. And the Mexican one is an example of one that was kind of a nice condition coin, but not a proof coin. It still looks pretty good. And again, the one that I was most thrilled with was this Egyptian one. I absolutely think that turned out beautiful. And I think that if I were to go to sell this coin now compared to before, it's in better condition and probably fetch a better price. Not that I'm trying to sell it or that I'm trying to clean coins to increase their value when I'm selling them or try to trick people into buying things that aren't what they seem. But I'm pretty happy with this product. I think there will be coins in the future that I'll probably use it on. But I don't think that I plan to use it excessively. And I probably would suggest the same. You know, don't use it on a very valuable coin. Don't use it sparingly and use it kind of very deliberately when it makes sense to do so. But I appreciate y'all watching. Quite a long video today, but kind of a fun experiment for me and kind of a video I will probably reference back on. I hope that you all enjoyed watching this with me, and if you stuck it around along this far into the video, appreciate your support and hope you all have an excellent day, and I'll see you all next time.